Pregame.com.
And welcome back, Pregame.tv. Ken Thomson with his partner, Dave Cokin. Going to have these videos coming out on Wednesday nights now, and you'll have games, 4 games for the weekend, some pro games, some college games. We'll mix them up. Got another college game right here. Texas El Paso, Dave, a team that's going to be playing New Mexico State at home. Jamel Showers, a kid that fought Johnny Manziel for the job at Texas A&M. Doing a pretty nice job there over for UTEP, and a UTEP team that won at New Mexico and nearly beat Texas Tech.
Yeah, look, they had some things go right for them down in Albuquerque against New Mexico. Good performance against Texas Tech last week. I thought they really should have won the football game. They just didn't quite know how to close it out against the Big 12 rival. But certainly there's been some improvement for UTEP this year. It's tough for both these programs. I mean, New Mexico State, you know, no offense. I mean, if you're from Las Cruces, don't take this the wrong way, but it's not exactly the garden spot to recruit to. So they've got to get that second level kid from maybe Southern California or the Southwest region someplace and try and lure them there. And it's been a long time since they've been even respectable. UTEP's trying to get back to that level, and they're a lot closer right now.
Yeah, there is no doubt. It is tough, too, for a place like, you know, UNLV or New Mexico State when they don't have that dome or that option to play indoors.
Well, yeah, although it can be a tremendous home field advantage. I mean, let's face it, you get a team, well, you look at this week's game in Northern Illinois coming out to face UNLV. Northern Illinois, clearly the better squad, but one thing they'll have to worry about is they're coming out of, I believe, I checked the game time, the temperature on the day they depart into DeKalb, Illinois, it's going to be like in the 50s. The weather forecast for 4:05 p.m. Pacific time at Sam Boyd Stadium on Saturday, 95 degrees.
Oh, it's cooled down.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, at least they're not getting triple digits. But it is a factor in terms of recruiting. A lot of kids just don't want to go there. And, you know, Las Vegas at least has something else to offer. Well, Las Cruces and El Paso, I'm not sure they do. El Paso, a little more cosmopolitan, obviously. They might have the worst team nickname of any professional sports team. Really? You want to play baseball for the El Paso Chihuahuas? I mean, it just doesn't sound very tough.
Exactly. All right, it is going to be my play, so we'll get right to it. I'll go ahead. I'll make it official. All right, New Mexico State, they're off to a 2-0 start. Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, a decent team FCS, but then Georgia State, they go in there and they win 34-31. This is a Georgia State team that had to go down to the last seconds to beat Abilene Christian in the opener. Again, a team that I'm not going to put a lot of credence in. New Mexico State, again, 2-0. Tyler Rogers, new quarterback on the scene. Rose the third, pretty good running back. He's been the workhorse there in the backfield. A couple decent receivers in Morgan and Brown. But I like what I saw from Texas El Paso. Like Dave said, they had a chance to win the game against Texas Tech, and they played well, had the lead down to the inside the final 3 minutes before they gave it away. They have a solid punter in Mike Ruggles that'll change field position. He's averaging 48.5 yards a punt. And then they've got a kid behind Jamal Showers, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, 45 carries, 384 yards, 5 touchdowns already in 2 games. So he has been solid, had 237 yards at New Mexico, came back, had another 277 against Texas Tech. So this guy is the real deal, and I'm looking for Texas El Paso to take care of business on their home field. Again, New Mexico State to me is unproven, and then they had to go all the way back east to Georgia. Now you're going to come back and go on another shorter road trip there to El Paso, but still, these kids are happy. They're 2-0. New Mexico State, that doesn't happen a lot. They don't win 2 games in a year a lot of times, so they'll take a 2-0 start. But I think the 11-point spread, UTEP's laying, I think they'll be able to outscore them by at least a touchdown per half, and I think they win this game handily by 15 or more. So that's my play. I'm going to go with UTEP. Going to take the Miners at home in a game against New Mexico State. And then David, you know, not a lot to go on. I've watched UTEP, you know, back, and I like the running game. Not a great passing attack. Showers under 43% as a passer. But I think they've got enough speed to take care of business.
He's not going to scare anybody throwing the ball, but they are establishing a running game. And one thing to remember, this is a rivalry. So there's no love lost between these two. They meet every year in football and basketball. I think they meet twice a year in basketball. It's a home and home, even though they're not in the same conference. So there's a lot of pride on the line here. And that does mean if UTEP has a chance to step on them and deliver a little bit of a, one of those, they'll do it.
And a rare opportunity for them to sweep the 2 New Mexico teams. There you go. All right, so that is it. Go ahead, take UTEP, lay the 11 points. I feel comfortable to win by more than 2 touchdowns. That's going to be my play here, pregame.tv. When we come back, another college game, West Virginia. Yeah, they played Alabama tough, and then they had an easy game against Towson State. They're going to be on the road. They're going to be taking on a Maryland team that turned it over 6 times, but still came away with a victory against South Florida. We'll talk about that game when we come back. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin, pregame.tv.